This is the 2013, the current Dodge 1500. We've got a front end we're going to put on this truck. We're going to show you how to do that. On each side, you got to take this chrome bumper off. This plastic's going to stay. The chrome bumper is going to come off by 3 18-inch millimeter bolts on each side. We're going to get up underneath the truck and show you which bolts that is. It's kind of hard to see underneath there, so once we're done, we'll have the bumper off and we'll show you what we did so you can see out here more visually. It is kind of crowded underneath, so we're going to get up underneath there right now and we're going to show you how to take the bumper off. There's the bolts that you see that need to be removed. We're on the driver's side right now looking from the back to the front of the truck. There's 2 of them on the outside and there will be 1 of them on the inside that needs to be removed. You can see where the 2 on the outside were, and here's the inside one. You need to remove those 3 on each side and then the bumper will come off. You do not need to remove the tow hooks. Here we've got the bumper off. Now we can show you more closely. We're saying the 2 outside bolts you can see right here, that's where the 2 outside bolts were that we're trying to show you from underneath. So this is a little clearer. And then you're going to have this one bottom one right here. Right here is a little bitty dowel that actually pokes through, and it's a clip from the tow hook back there. Don't worry about it, because once you tighten your bracket down, it pushes that dowel through so it does not interfere with your bracket. And you notice we still got the tow hooks on. We've never taken them off or loose. On the other side, we've already mounted one of the brackets. You're gonna have 4 bolts in this bracket here. You see this part is to the outside of the vehicle. That way you know which bracket goes on which side. On the other side here, we've got the bracket laying here. It's going to go to that side. We do want to show you this hole up here at the very top has just now come out with the recent vehicles. It does not actually have a full hole there. If you want to put all 4 bolts in, that's fine, but you'll have to run a 1/2-inch bit through there to get that hole bigger. You know, the other 3 are there, but they didn't put the full-size hole up here. It's for a little keyway type thing on the bumper to latch into. But they say, again, these 3 right there, that's plenty enough for the bracket. You don't have to drill a hole, but if you want to, which we will on this one. And then we're going to go over to the front bumper replacement. We're going to show you which goes where. This shoe right here, it's got the same hole pattern for your brackets. You'll see where that goes on your bracket. Here's where your fog light's going to go. On your fog light, there's a factory housing that it's in. You take that housing off the fog light too, and it bolts to these tabs right here. You'll use 1/4x1 bolts that's in the bolt kit. Right here is where your sensor is going to go. There's 6 sensors. If you've got sensors, you're going to use your factory housing that is in the bumper for your sensor, and it holds the sensor a lot better. Or you got these little grommets that go in there. It's got a little keyway, a little slit in there that floor plate will slide into. You put that in there, and then this little plug can go from the front. You don't have to put these in. I mean, these bumpers, there's already enough airflow designs and everything in it, so it looks just fine too without even putting the plugs in it. And then we're gonna go ahead and get somebody to help us. We're gonna show you how to put the front end on the truck. Like, again, this right here is where the bolts up to on both sides. It's just 2 bolts on each side. Very simple. Your license plate at the very end is going to go right here in the center on the front side, but we'll show you that in a minute. So now we're going to get somebody to help us hang it. On the driver's side, we've got that bracket on there now. We were explaining to you how you can drill out that top hole a little bit more on the frame horn. But what we decided we're going to do, we're going to go in the CAD room. We're going to actually put another hole down below. And you can use the 3/8 bolt that we're going to actually put in the bolt kit too that's provided. That way there's no drilling. It's just a matter of putting bolts in it. Your older ones will have that hole up there, but the newer ones down here, you're going to have to use that 3/8 bolt that's in there. But we're going to go ahead and change that, and that way you don't have to worry about it. So now we're going to go get somebody to help us. We'll hang the front end. We've actually got the front end up there, and we already tightened the bolts. We showed you the 4 1/2-inch by 1 3/4 bolts that need to be done so it bolts up to the brackets. To make sure this thing's lined up, you get back right in the center. We line up these bars right here with our fender wells on each corner. That gets the height from side to side. You can take a tape measure and just hit the same spot on each side, and you can measure from the truck to the inside or outside of what we call the loops here. Just anywhere, get a good measurement right there. Make sure it's right from side to side. Got to make sure you put your license plate on. Make sure all bolts, once you're done, just go back to it one time, make sure all bolts are tight and everything's good. And that is the install of the Frontier Truck Gear front end replacement on your 2013 to current 1500 Dodge.